Hello, my name is Altair. Welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with the video, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's watched my videos and subscribed. I'm sitting at about 150 subscribers, which is, I know, not a lot, but still, it's more people than I definitely thought would ever watch my videos. So I just want to say thank you. Alright, and that being said, this is a guide for Colossus 10, floor 10, and it's a very free to play guide. I only use 3 stars. This is the team right here. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so you want to target down these orcs because they can definitely one-shot your guys. They defense break, plus all 3 of them hitting one person, so it doesn't happen that often, but it can. So targeting them down just makes this run a lot easier. Okay, on to the next one. And generally, you want to target down like whatever unit there's the most of. Like there's one that has like 4 of these wolves, then you want to target down the wolves because they'll target, like, they usually hit the same person. Oh, okay. And I'll go over all the skills and stuff after this run. Should kill him. Alright, and for this one, you don't have to, but it does make the run a lot faster if you target the middle guy. Okay, so, yeah, on the boss here, one of them will buff his attack and defense, and the other one will attack break your whole team. And getting rid of this attack buff is pretty important. That's what I use the Holy Cleric for. Just not landing too many buffs yet. Or dots, rather. He didn't strip that time. Should go again before he gets to, so yeah. So you need to get her speed up so that she, you know, has more chances to get rid of it. Okay, should survive. Yep. That's the biggest part right there where you could die to, but as long as you get like stats about where I have mine, and I'll go over those in a minute, you should be fine. And as long as you get rid of that attack buff too. Yeah, so the run's pretty much over now. As soon as it gets back around to his turn, the dots will finish him off, and then that'll be it. Alright, and that's it. See, it's pretty slow, 447. My fastest is 416. It just kind of, you know, a little bit of RNG, like when you, like how many dots you're able to land and stuff. Some room sheets, okay. Nothing crazy. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go ahead and go into this. Alright, so this is how I have my team set up. And they're all 3 stars. Okay, so we got first the mummy, pretty stable, and we're using his leadership skill, the defense plus 21%. It seems to work better than using the clerics with the HP. It's pretty similar, but I have found that the cleric's, the one with just the HP, does fail more, so I've been using the mummy, and it's pretty consistent. You see, I have him on speed with some focus, and I have him on defense, HP, defense. And the skills I use is the first 3 start out with. These 3 are not really very good. This one could be okay in like maybe arena if you wanted to use him there, but he's not really an arena unit because he stuns. Yeah, and this is all gear that I've farmed out of scenario. It's all 5-star, most of it white. Like this one actually rolled pretty good into HP, but like it's not good gear really. But like these are the stats that you can see. You need around, like the HP is the most important, HP and defense. You need high defense, high HP, and that kind of goes on everyone. And for the Windwalker, again, I just used the 3 skills she starts out with up here. This one, it can work too, but because it heals more, an ally more, and it heals herself. This one gives 100% energy. I don't know, I've ran it a few times each way. It seems about the same, but I stick with the energy one. And then of course Wind's Blessing, energy to all allies, and gives them haste for 3 turns. That is very necessary. And with skill ups you can get it down to where she pretty much keeps haste up on everyone permanently. Again, and like this gear's not even plus 12 all the way. But yeah, as you can see, speed gear again. But I gave her Blessing. She doesn't, I mean, she could use some hit to slow the boss, which would be useful, but I haven't really found it necessary, so I just kept HP runes on her to the Blessing runes rather, to just give her a little bit more tankiness. Especially since I run speed instead of like a defensive stat right here. Like HP or defense. So just make her really fast and tanky. Alright, next we have the Harpy. Now her gear is leveled up a bit more. Because I kind of got unlucky with her skill ups. Like they all went into her first skill. It's not like you only use it for the bleed base. I mean, that's what the most of her damage comes from. So this is kind of and I mean, it's okay, I guess. Nothing that great. I really wanted this to like increase her healing, but unlucky. But it still works. But yeah, these are the skills you use. Use the Siren's Guard, resist crit rate for 2 turns, and restores 15% HP to all allies, which is nice. And this one just 30% HP and 30% energy to all allies, so I was really hoping to get this one because I wanted to reduce the cooldown. But still good. And these, like this one, I thought about trying this one, but it's just, I don't know, you need the extra heals, like to reduce some cooldown to 1 turn. It's just, I don't know, it never worked for me. Like you need this healing. You probably actually don't need her to have all this gear that's leveled up. Like this doesn't need to be plus 15, I don't believe. But yeah, it's still, this is all just gear I got out of scenario. But I have her on speed, HP, HP. Okay, now the Cleric, who's not even 6-starred. This is kind of how I have her built. Since she's the only person on this team that strips, you really want her to use her first skill like as much as possible. So like using Sacred Gift, sometimes like she'll heal everybody, but then she won't take off the attack break, and that'll cause your team to get wiped sometimes. So like you really want to just spam this and then just like heal this, throw a big heal and cleanse on somebody just every once in a while. And this, you know, restores 15% of all allies HP each time an enemy's buff is dispelled. So like every time you remove the attack buff off the boss, somebody gets healed a little bit. But yeah, this is way more consistent than having Sacred Gift, which seems a little odd, but it works. And for her, I have her on speed and focus runes, and I have her on HP, defense. And like this one's not even plus 12 yet, because I run out of money, because money in this game is very scarce. And but this is her stats, and her hit, honestly I could use a bit more on her. Like 34%, and it still does take off like the buff most of the time, because she is fast enough to where she hits multiple times before the boss. So she has a lot of chances to get rid of it. So you actually don't have to have that much hit, but you know, if you could get this up to like maybe like 50%, then it would just be that much more consistent. And last but not least, we have the Hydra here, and I have him on speed and focus as well. And he's on speed, HP, defense. This doesn't really need to be plus 15. I think plus 12 would be just fine. I mostly was plus 15 some of this gear just for the growth. I really didn't want to. I wanted to wait till, you know, 6-star gear before I started plus 15ing stuff. But I also wanted to get through the growth packs, so here we are. Now for him, I use Venom Spray, of course, and then his Inspiring Howl is definitely the way you want to go. It gives you defense and resist crit rate for 2 turns, and with skill up, you can reduce that down, so you can get it down to 4 turns. So it's not up all the time, but again, he's fast enough to take multiple turns, so it is up a lot of the time. And for this one, I used the passive for the enhanced venom. I was trying Wild Spit, because this is better for the first waves, clearing them a little bit faster. But this is better on the boss, and honestly the boss is where you die most of the time. So yeah, it's like if you can get everybody tankier, maybe you can use this and just not have to worry about the boss. But I think this is the way to go though, and just enhance venom. You just because then, you know, a lot of times if let's see, like the mummy, see it only does it for 1 turn, so if he hits and then the Hydra hits, then it just keeps on them buffs stacking up over and over again, which is, I think, better than just adding another poison for 3 turns. Like, you could possibly get 3 poison stacks from this because it hits 3 times, like if it lands every single time, but it's only 25% chance. So that's very unlikely. It usually does hit at least once most of the time. So like usually it will just like add 1 buff or 1 poison dot. And this one will just keep on extending them, so this is better. But yeah, anyways, that's my Colossus 10 guide. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.